This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, a new multi-purpose sports facility looks likely for Logan Park, but it doesn't have the green light yet. The history of women is being discussed in honour of a distinguished University of Otago scholar. And the push to entice more Aucklanders our way could become an annual event, but not all councillors are on board. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. A brand new sports facility is a step closer to being built with the release of a feasibility study. The multi-purpose sporting venue is proposed for the back of Logan Park High School, but there's more to be done before planners can get the green light.
Working towards a common cause, these sports organisation representatives are going over plans for a proposed sporting hub at Logan Park High School. They've been working together to produce a report into how feasible the plan is, which they'll soon pitch to the City Council.
What it includes is an investigation into the site as a possible building site for a new facility for Dunedin Gymnastic Academy, also for the Otago mountain biking and Otago hockey.
The organisations are banding together to create one large centre to operate from and to be of use for Logan Park High. The $10 million facility will also be used by Parafed Otago, the Halberg Foundation and Dive Otago. Planners say the city needs a centre to replace existing below-par facilities and fill gaps where there's nothing.
Dunedin's been a quiet place from the point of view of notoriety, but we've run international events here previously. Having a sealed car park, events area, storage and a big events place would be fantastic. It'd basically put Signal Hill and Dunedin on the map.
The sports hub will cover Logan Park's back field, providing a car park and sealed roads, as well as AstroTurf on nearby school courts. Group members like the idea of working in close proximity so they can publicise their sports and grow programs, but that may still be a fair way off happening.
So our next step is contracting someone to do a geotech report and look at the grounds here and whether they're suitable and whether the cost of actually bringing them up to the standard is feasible or viable for this project. And then from there, next stage will be launching a big funding campaign.
Sporting reps will soon go into talks with staff at the City Council. They're hoping they can have the centre up and running in 5 years' time. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
Hundreds of local children are receiving help through the government as they start another school year. Just over $350,000 is going towards school-related costs for southern pupils. The money is for uniforms, stationery and other classroom requirements. It's being spread among more than 700 students in the Lower South Island. They're eligible because they've been orphaned or can't live with their parents and are under the protection of caregivers. It's the government's way of trying to ensure all students have what they need for school, regardless of their family situation. The work of a distinguished University of Otago scholar is being honoured through a Women's History Conference. More than 100 academics are spending the week at the College of Education for talks in honour of Professor Barbara Brooks, and she's pleased to see how far the study of women's history has come.
Reflecting on the past, academics from several fields are sharing their work on female history for a 3-day Making Women Visible conference. It's also honouring Otago Professor Barbara Brooks, who's an internationally recognised authority on the subject.
It feels quite overwhelming actually, but I guess it's a great pleasure to me, because I started doing women's history in the mid-1970s, to see that sort of growth and continued interest in questions about women's role.
In addition to celebrating her career, the conference is also marking the launch of Brooks' latest book, A Survey History of New Zealand Women. It's a text that she says looks at ideas about gender as a colonising concept.
It starts with the waka that come to New Zealand and then with the explorers. It takes in the overview of the 19th and the 20th century and ends in 2015. And if we think about that, I think the changes in women's lives have been tremendous. and probably more dramatic than the changes in men's lives.
The Centre for Research on Colonial Culture is hosting the conference, bringing together leading scholars to discuss where the field of women's history is headed. It's the gathered academics that Brooke says have helped her finish her latest work.
It's been a long time in the making, but it's benefited by all the work done by many of the people here who have contributed to the scholarship about New Zealand women.
Professor Brooks is planning to attend as many talks as she can during the 3-day program in her honour. She'll also chair one of the several evening sessions planned during the jam-packed schedule. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Police are concerned about a recent increase in criminal activity around Ravensbourne. The latest incident occurred yesterday in Seddon Street, where a house was broken into while the owner was on holiday. A list of stolen items is being compiled. That case follows the recent burglary of a vacant flat on nearby Ravensbourne Road, in which a washing machine was stolen. Several other household items, including a microwave and a fridge, were moved during the break-in. Residents in the area are asked to report any suspicious activity. A marketing project aimed at enticing Aucklanders to live and work in Dunedin could become a regular expense for the City Council. It spent just over $16,000 on a supplement in the New Zealand Herald and plans to do so each year, but not all councillors are sold on the product.
A compelling destination. That's how Dunedin's being marketed to Aucklanders through a new project being led by the City Council. Enterprise Dunedin's forked out just over $16,000 on a marketing supplement in the New Zealand Herald, aimed at enticing families south.
We did that specifically because of some insights and statistics that were available to us that showed that there was around 319,000 within that area that had intended to visit Dunedin.
More than 60 local businesses bought into the supplement through advertising. Now Enterprise Dunedin's planning on making the marketing campaign a yearly exercise.
The fact that we had such great buy-in from the local businesses and the responses have been so positive, it gives us a platform to do all sorts of other similar sorts of marketing and to diversify a little as well.
The council's going to keep engaging with local business people involved in the campaign to track outcomes. Staff are also liaising with those interested in jumping on the bandwagon.
We did get a lot of feedback from people saying, I missed out, I missed my opportunity. So we believe that we've got a good basis, but yes, there will always be more stories coming out of the woodwork, and that's something that this has done.
One perceived benefit of the supplement is that Dunedin businesses have greater strength in numbers. People seem happy to be working together on a unified campaign rather than individually. But some councillors are unsure if the message is being delivered to the right people.
I'm not thinking about how well the dollars were spent so much as how successful they were spent.
Sure.
Staff are happy with initial responses to the project, but its real success isn't likely to be known for some time. Rosie Mannins, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, the SDHB targets past and present patients as it considers its future, and we'll find out what lies ahead for the Highlanders as pre-season games draw to a close.
We're at Alex Campbell's. We've got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Are you looking to add a new dimension to your home? A Christie's glasshouse and shed will add value to your property and increase your gardening pleasure, and can be easily ventilated during the day. A Christie's garden shed is a brilliant addition to your backyard, adding to your storage capacity. The great Kiwi glasshouse and shed come in all shapes and sizes, are manufactured in Dunedin, and come in a range of nature-inspired colour steel colours or metallic zinc aluminum finish. Choose the Kiwi shed that has stood the test of time. Choose Christie.
For professional, reliable and approachable service where your dream kitchen design can become an affordable reality, contact the team at Kitchens for Less. Call 455 9973 or visit us online.
The Good All, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's really important that the customers, when they come in here, have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the Good All is all about.
Mobility scooters Otago, mobility scooters new and used, electric manual wheelchairs, strollers and walkers, free home demonstration and delivery. Call Tony on 03 455 2875 or visit our showroom, 211 Canudwood Street, opposite Westpac.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484 7272.
Don't miss the home show. Lots of great ideas, great prizes, great deals, kitchens, bathrooms, furnishings and lots more. The Edgar Centre Moore FM Arena, 4th, 5th, 6th of March. Adults $10, children free. See you at the home show.
She's 21 metres long with a 6.7 metre beam. She can support diving, seafloor mapping and sampling, deep water measurements and has onboard laboratories. She has a range of 1,000 nautical miles, which means the Polaris 2 can take your studies further than you ever thought possible. My name's Will Raymond, and this is My Place in the World.
Take your place in the world.
Well, bees are very fascinating creatures, and they constantly confound you about how little we really know about them.
About 4 of every 5 mouthfuls of food you eat have input of bees somewhere in the food chain.
I think they're fascinating. I can't think of a more interesting animal to work with.
Bees are economically the most important insects in the world.
Welcome back. The City Council's books are in better shape than expected, heading into the start of a new financial year. DCC spending was under budget by about $700,000 for the 6 months to the end of December. That's partly offset by higher than expected depreciation costs and the loss of some overseas investments. But overall, the council has got almost $1 million more in its accounts than anticipated. Staff are also reducing debt ahead of schedule, with $233 million remaining. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day at 41 points. It's now at 6,075. The FTSE is up 117 points. And to the exchange rates, and the Kiwi dollar is down against the major currencies we follow. One New Zealand dollar is currently buying you around 66 US cents. Well, it's been 6 months since a commissioner and 3 deputies were employed to manage the Southern District Health Board. They've just launched a new program aimed at getting feedback from past and present patients. It's part of an effort to increase community engagement, and Deputy Commissioner Graham Crombie joins us to talk about it. Good evening.
Hi, Rebecca.
Tell us about the In Your Shoes program.
Well, In Your Shoes is part of a bigger program that we've got in play, which we released at the end of last year, called Southern Future. It's up to us, and that's about taking control of the future of healthcare in our region. The In Your Shoes bit is a part of a program where we're asking patients who've used our services to meet with our staff in groups of about 30 patients and 50 staff over a couple of hours period to talk about their experiences to help us understand better what went well and what didn't go quite so well.
And how do you expect the result of that to drive the organisation forward?
Well, what we're trying to do is allow our people and empower them to take control of the future. That's what Southern Future is about. And so understanding what has worked with the patients will assist our people in understanding what we should be doing better, what we can replicate and go from there, and what hasn't worked. Those are the things we need to focus on.
Why are you instigating more community involvement?
Well, I think all the research that we've looked at that says where things change and how these sort of organisations turn around when they've been in difficulty, it's about the individuals working for the organisation, our staff and our communities. So we need to connect with them and make sure that we're understanding the issues they're facing, and our staff can hear directly from them from there.
Is that your main focus this year?
It's one of several streams of focus this year, actually. In the Southern Future Plan, there's 4 or 5 key areas. There's a piece around buildings and properties that people have heard a lot about. So that's the new ICU unit here in Dunedin, some rebuilds there, the training centre in Invercargill, and then the big clinical services building rebuild. There's a part of work around the health targets that we're required to deliver for our community, and so those are things like smoking cessation, cardiovascular emergency department, so there's a lot of work in that. There's a lot of work going into our systems, and so we see some IT come online in the near future that will help the connectivity of our patients with our people, and then there's a whole piece of work around the quality and our people itself. So new appointments, Chief Medical Officer, Chief Financial Officer, Communications Leader, so those key appointments to allow us to move forward. So plenty on.
Do you feel that you've achieved much in the first 6 months?
I feel I've achieved being busy from that perspective. Others will judge whether we've achieved much, but I think we have. I'm finding a really positive vibe with our staff and with the community. Everybody wants us to work, and so they're prepared to get in and work with that. And I think the building blocks that we're putting in play and outlined in that Southern Update Plan, I think will set us in good stead.
Are you anticipating any common issues to arise from a consultation within your shoes?
I probably would sit back and wait to hear that. I think there will be common stuff. There's lots of interesting challenges we face in the southern region. So we are the biggest geographical group. So there's a whole lot of issues about how we get people from one place to another, especially in the middle of the winter when it's snowing and cold and the rest of it from there. So there's some challenges around that and distance. There's challenges around equity of access. But I'm also expecting to hear some really positive things, because most of the feedback I get from people who experience service in our health care are very positive. I mean, we have over 1 million primary health care interactions a year, and most of those are remarkably good. So a bit of both.
What's the process of working through the feedback once it's all collected?
It's going to be an interesting challenge, and we're working at that now, because we're pretty sure early on there will be things that can be fixed tomorrow, that people have looked at and went, oh, that's just done, let's get on and do it. There'll be stuff that over a short period of time we'll take and work around and go with that, and there'll be longer term fundamental things. There's a second round for our staff in May built on the feedback from this. So we'll be going out with the feedback from this, going around and saying, did we hear right? Are these the right things to come from there? And then we'll be picking up with our leadership and our staff in May as part of building that into our plans for the future.
Southern District Health Board Deputy Commissioner Graham Crombie, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Rebecca.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, the Highlanders get off to a slow Super Rugby start, and goodie bags are to focus on safety lie in wait for first year students.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money-back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now, 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Mosgiel Mowers Plus can help you with products to make your garden maintenance jobs easier. Lawn mowers, ride-ons, chainsaws, line trimmers. Sales and service are our specialty. Mosgiel Mowers Plus. Phone 489 3572 22B Gordon Road, Mosgiel.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires. So easy, so efficient.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf, and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf for them.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Yes, sorry, Jen.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sunny Chin, it works.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
We at Alex Campbell's have got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Hello, I'm Dougal Stevenson. Welcome to Museum Diaries, the programme where we delve deeper into the museum vaults. So this week, Greek ceramics, the Otago shag. Yes, we do have one. Early hominid stone tools and what they meant to early civilization and what they mean to us. And you'll love this, Thomas Jeffrey Parker's glycerin stomachs.
Welcome back. A tree that's been growing on a Roslyn property for decades is the subject of an upcoming resource consent hearing at the Dunedin City Council. The red beech is estimated to be about 80 years old and sits within a Kilgore Street property. The owners are applying to cut it down, although it's listed as significant under the district plan. They say it's too big for the site and they have the support of neighbouring residents. The council planners want the tree to stay put and are recommending that consent be declined. It's been a difficult pre-season for the Highlanders, with last year's winning team yet to record a victory. The Super Rugby side is preparing to play the New South Wales Waratahs in Queenstown this Friday. That'll be the Highlanders' third and final pre-season game, and players are hoping to finish triumphant. They lost to French team Racing 92 in Hong Kong and drew against the Crusaders in Southland last week. The reigning champions are set to formally start their Super Rugby campaign at the end of the month when they'll face the Blues in Auckland. They've got 14 matches to follow, ending in a home game against the Chiefs in mid-July. Final preparations are underway at the University of Otago for the arrival of this year's students. Thousands of goodie bags are being made to welcome first years during what's set to be a busy orientation week. And as the party draws closer, safety is becoming a major focus.
Going down the line, dozens of volunteers are hard at work preparing more than 4,000 goodie bags for the influx of first-year students at the University of Otago. It's the Student Association's way of welcoming the newcomers to life on campus.
It's a very scary thing coming down for the first year for students, so it's kind of like a care package. Instead of from the parents, it's from the Students Association, so saying like, we're here for you, you know, we care about you, come see us if you've got problems, or, you know, just come say hi. And it's just like a good way to have, you know, a package for them so they know that they're cared about.
A wall planner and diary are being thrown in so this year's freshers are organised for their first semester, and their sustenance in the form of chocolate. Increased enrolments at the university's residential colleges have meant volunteers are preparing 500 more bags than last year.
We've got a total of 4,500 bags to make, and we're almost at 3,500, so we're almost finished for the day, but our group has been amazing. The combined Christian group have been just rock outing through it, and yeah, no, we're really glad to have them on year after year.
The care packages are just part of what's available for new students, with Orientation Week festivities on the horizon. OUSA staff are preparing for what's set to be a busy week, and they're working with other organisations to make sure it runs smoothly.
Safety is massive for us. It's really big, and we've got to make sure that all the students are safe and well managed, and that we have St John's, Are You OK, Red Frogs, we have the Water Warriors, a lot of security. We've just got to make sure that all the punters and all the students there are you know, well equipped and looked after.
Orientation kicks off on Monday with several parties and concerts planned around the city. Before that begins, these guys will be busy making sure all the welcome packs are signed, sealed and delivered to the city's latest arrivals. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. A proposed multi-purpose sports hub at Logan Park is one step closer to being built, with planners seeking approval from City Hall. A leading University of Otago scholar is being honoured for her work on women's history as part of an academic conference. And Enterprise Dunedin is planning to continue its marketing campaign aimed at enticing Aucklanders south to live and work in the city. It's time now to find out what's going to be in Wednesday's Otago Daily Times, and we're joined by Barry Stewart, the editor. Good evening.
Hello, Rebecca. The story that keeps on giving, the DCC has ordered contractors to fix botched new cycleway symbols. Those are the ones that are painted on the roadways. Well, they've been botched, and critics have said they resemble a primary school project. So they're on to that. Now here's a record for you to aspire to. A couple have been named the New Zealand's longest married couple. How long do you think?
81 years.
81 years. Good guess. Good guess. You're very clever. In Fresh, we profiled a Japanese shoemaker who is coming to Dunedin for ID Fashion. And in sport, we look at our Highlanders Dream Team, another instalment of that story.
All that plus a whole lot more in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you.
Time now for local weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
And here is today's city view. It's taken of afternoon traffic in Andersons Bay. What a beautiful afternoon it was too. Around the city, the central city recorded 26 degrees at 3 o'clock and 28 for both the Garlands and the Taieri. I believe it's a little bit warmer out there now. To the situation, and a trough of low pressure and cold front is developing in the Tasman Sea. It'll move across the country tomorrow and Thursday, followed by a westerly flow. Well, to the forecast for some of the main towns in the lower South Island for tomorrow. Variable winds with some rain for Invercargill, Gore and Te Anau. Northerlies easing in Alexandra with some rain and a high of 22. And northerlies easing with some rain for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, highs of around 22 or 23 degrees. And Dunedin tonight, cloudy with some rain and northerlies, but they'll decrease. We're dropping to a low of 16. Tomorrow, sunny periods at first, but cloud will increase during the afternoon. Showers will develop from evening, mild northerlies with a high of 23. And on Thursday, fine and mild at first with nor'westers freshening and more rain developing later in the day, a high of 20. And finally, to the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow afternoon is at 12:30. Low tide follows at 20 past 7. And fishing conditions look good tomorrow, especially around 9 a.m. And that is local news from 39 Dunedin News. We will catch you again tomorrow. Good evening.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.